Okay, this is the setup to cut the teeth on this gear. This is kind of a homemade setup here, but it seems to work pretty well. I don't have a genuine factory-made dividing heads, so I made my own. It fits on this little mill. A large dividing head would be too much for this little mill table anyway. So what I did is made an arbor here that fits a gear, that also the other end of it fits whatever I want to cut the gear teeth in or do any dividing work, what have you. How this works, this is a 60 tooth gear. So I engage this stop into every other gear tooth to get the 30 teeth cut over here. So I index it, I loosen this up, index it 2 teeth, run this stop back in there, then there's a lock screw right here. Locks everything together so it doesn't move. I've got this indicator set up to cut the depth of the tooth. The other video, I think it was 2.157, so I'm going 2.6. Just to give me a little extra clearance there. The 2.157 was a minimum depth, so I can go a little deeper and be just fine. This is a pretty rigid setup. I've got a tailstock set up on the other side to kind of support the other end of the gear. These gear cutters are a formed gear cutter. You can see the profile of the tooth is machined into these gear cutters, and there's a different cutter for each type of tooth you want to cut. This happens to be an 8 pitch number 2, and it is for 55 to 134 teeth to a gear. So this would probably be a fairly large gear to use this type of cutter, but there's, I believe, 8 different cutters for each pitch. There's been a lot of YouTube videos on these gear cutting types anyways, but most of them use a dividing head. I don't think you'll see one with a homemade dividing head. This seems, I've cut quite a few teeth already. It seems to be working okay. To determine the pitch diameter, I've got a Browning pitch gauge. That's how I found out what the pitch was of this gear, 10 pitch. So we'll go ahead and fire this up and take a couple shots of the actual cutting of this gear.